Hey everyone, happy Thanksgiving week. Obviously Angie Kitco here. I want to start this by saying this is the weirdest podcast episode we've done. If you are listening to this, please go and watch the video because we are sitting in the most awkward space. We are in Baltimore, Maryland. We are here to spend Thanksgiving Day at the Baltimore Ravens game with our younger daughter, Megan.
Wrong side. Here we
Oh,
go.
wrong side. But if you're watching this, you see we're in the most narrow spiral staircase ever with brick. We are in your typical 1920s Baltimore row house, and this is the same kind of house that Mike grew up in.
It is.
And we were struggling today to find where to record this, and I was like, well, how do we throw in some authenticity to the location where we are? Because every time we travel, we do a podcast, and we try to show the beauty of. We've been to the Turks and Caicos this year. We've been to Outer Banks. We've been to Cancun, Park City, Utah, and this is probably the most interesting location we'll ever show you.
It is. And so when Angie books Airbnbs, she does a pretty thorough review of all the reviews and asks the owner some questions. This is the only Airbnb where it was way overstated how high the quality and the comfort of this place is. So we were trying to figure out a place, but there's no aesthetically pleasing places in this house to do the podcast. So we picked, to Angie's point, we picked the most awkward place. And this is why you got to go and watch the video, because my shoulders, we're in a staircase. So if you're not watching, if you're listening, and I'm going to encourage you to go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, and watch this video, because this is the width of the staircase in a traditional Baltimore City row house. And this is the kind of house I grew up in. Now, the one I grew up in, the stairs were a little wider, but not a whole lot wider.
And for perspective, Mike is 6 foot, 205 pounds. So.
And the reason that Angie has to sit beside me is because there's no room side by side. And we thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, this is a 3-story house. So there's 2 sets of the same, and it's spiral, right? And our daughter Megan is here with us. And she said, the house that I grew up in, she said, where the steps is narrow, as steep. And I'm like, yeah, just as steep, maybe a little more little wider, but not a whole lot wider. But the point being is these houses weren't built for, they weren't built for the beauty of the design. They were built for functionality, and they're 100 years old. And you can see the exposed brick in the closet here. Just a neat, even though the quality was overstated, it's still cool being back here in a little freaking shotgun house in my hometown.
And the
Baltimore.
Location is perfect. We're walking distance to Little Italy, Fells Point. If you've never been to Baltimore, those are just 2 of the iconic places to visit. And I really wanted Megan to experience staying in an authentic Baltimore row house like this, because we have a lot of good memories in a little row house like this.
We do, and a lot of stumbles up the stairs.
Oh my gosh,
a lot of stumbles.
The first thing I said when we got in here and walked up the stairs, I said, "How did we do this back then? We were Ravens season ticket holders. We'd come home from games and." Highly.
We were in our 20s, our late 20s and early 30s. Well, I was in my late 20s.
I was in my early 20s.
She was in her early 20s, but we were much younger. So I don't know today if that's going to be as easy.
Well, in all fairness, Megan just managed to walk up both flights of spiral stairs with a glass of water and a mug of hot coffee in her hand, and without holding on at all. Meanwhile, I'm climbing up for dear life, hang on for dear life.
It is that steep. These stairs are that steep, and it's just a cool experience. We wanted to show you this. I actually called my friend Brian and I showed him the house. He said, that wouldn't make code in most places. And he's right. This is completely out of code for I guess maybe this house was grandfathered. I don't know.
Maybe historic or something.
Some type of historic layout, but
yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, listen, the day that this episode launches, all right, it's going to be episode 226, and the day it launches, the day it publishes is Thanksgiving Day in the U.S., all right? We celebrate the last Thursday of every November. We set aside the day, and we gather with family, we gather with friends, we gather with each other, and I'm getting emotional. We celebrate the prosperity that we have in our lives. We celebrate the love that we have in our lives. We celebrate with the people that we love, the life that we get to live. And it's the day is more focused. The idea of the day is more focused on appreciating what you have instead of focusing on what you don't have. And listen, there's a lot of episodes on this podcast that are about creating the life that you want and getting what you want and achieving what you want and accomplishing and accumulating wealth and, and building a bigger life. But in the early launch of this podcast, episode 17, it's called Learning to Want What You Get is More Important Than Learning to Get What You Want. And that, getting emotional, that is what Thanksgiving Day in the US is all about. And we wanted to share this with you a little bit. We're here in one of our favorite places, my hometown. We're going to a Ravens game tomorrow. We're going to be with 70,000 people in a stadium that's celebrating our hometown and our team and our city. And we're taking Megan, and she's never been to a Ravens game. And our daughter Katie is going out to see her boyfriend in Topeka, Kansas. He plays for the Topeka Scarecrows. So it's a day to be with the people that you love, and we certainly are with the people that we love.
Yes.
Anything to add?
I just, back to loving what you get, thankful for what you get. I mean, this year we've talked about this several times. This year has been pretty brutal on us, if I'm being honest, business wise. And there have been times where I've had to make sure to step back into that space instead of thinking about what's not there, appreciating what is there, because we are definitely very blessed. We are blessed with our friends. We are blessed with our pets. We are blessed with our daughters, our clients. I mean, we are highly blessed in ways that aren't financial. And I think that a lot of times people immediately revert to being grateful for their finances versus looking at what your actual wealth is, your inner wealth.
Yeah.
Right. Just being emotionally blessed, spiritually blessed, the inner wealth.
Yeah. Relationally blessed.
Yeah.
And there's always another level, right? There's always another comma to be added, or a zero to be added, or a new client to add to the portfolio, or increase in our bank account. There's always another level. There's always another step. There's always another one, another something to add. But if you always focus on what you don't have, you won't appreciate and be grateful and really fall into the blessings, understand the blessings that we do have in this life. And I know this podcast has been listened to on 6 continents, 105 countries around the world, and 1,600, I believe over 1,600 cities around the world. And I would say that the reality is we live for, and it's down, this podcast is downloaded mostly in North America and some in Europe, mostly North America, and then Europe is number 2. But what we'll tell you is we live in the US, we live in the richest country in the world. We have the most blessings in the world. And the poorest people in the US oftentimes have more than the richest person in a lot of countries around the world. And for that, we're grateful. And it's really easy to lose sight of that, how much we really do have in this lifetime, because the reality, it was a struggle-licious year in our business, but we are still
blessed in
we're still blessed ways. And we're not starving. Yeah. We're not in jeopardy of being hungry. We're not in jeopardy of a quality of life collapse. We're not in jeopardy of any of that. It's just, they're just numbers that we wanted instead of numbers that we received. And we have to take today and tomorrow and this year Angie and I have really had to take a step back and say, listen, if we always live from what's next and what's on the table, that's a place of lack and a really painful place to be.
Someone out there is praying for the things that we're complaining about.
Ooh, and you are living the life of somebody else's dreams that they can only dream of. And if we live in a place where it's not enough or it's not good enough, we're leaving a lot of love and a lot of joy on the table. And what I've learned is the more dissatisfied I am with anything, the less joy I have in my life. There's a relationship between dissatisfaction and joy. And as your dissatisfaction goes up and joy goes down, and as your joy goes up, your dissatisfaction goes down. And it's really important and valuable that we live from that place. Grateful for what I have, love the life that I get to live, but I'm definitely open to more. Yes. But it doesn't have to come from a place of dissatisfaction. It gets to come from a place of gratitude and opening our hearts to receive whatever life deems us worthy of being bestowed on us, right? In terms of more love, more riches, more whatever, more travel, more relationships.
That more travel piece, I think.
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of tapped out for a little bit.
We've traveled a lot this year, and
last 2 years.
Yeah, and we'll probably do a wrap-up episode at the end of this year, just talking about how, man, the amazing journeys that we've had throughout the year. But anyway, we didn't want to make this a long episode. For all of you in the U.S., get back to eating dinner with your family and spending time with the people that you love. For everybody else around the world, thank you for tuning in. Thanks for following us. Thanks for watching us. Thanks for celebrating Thanksgiving Day with us by downloading this episode, or maybe you do it later. Maybe you download it later, and you take some time to settle into a place of gratitude and appreciate and learn how to want what you get instead of get what you want. All right.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thank you. I'll parrot that. Thank you again for watching us. I've had a lot of fun being on some episodes with you this year and last year. And we've been doing more together, which has been really fun. And again, if you're listening to this, please go and check out the YouTube video, just because I feel like a little gnome right now. And Michael dropped the link to that in the comment. And happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
We're going to get some crab cakes.
We are. And I just realized a second ago is that, and we're traveling, so I have the laptop. I didn't bring the home studio, but I didn't turn on Do Not Disturb, and I didn't turn off the screen mode. So I've had to bring the screen back up and decline phone calls. So on the video, hey, this is perfectly imperfect, just like everything else that we do. So
coming from messiness,
teaching and coming from messiness, not trying to look like we have anything mastered. All right. Happy Thanksgiving to you, to the people that you love inside the U.S., around the world. It doesn't matter if it's Thanksgiving Day for you. Be thankful for whatever you have. Open your heart to more, but always be thankful for what you have. Love you guys. Thank you for watching us, following us, subscribing to us, and sharing us with people that you love.